So boys, been a fucking while since the last one, eh? So right off the bat before today's conversation, I just want to apologise for the lack of uploads on this channel. I'm actively trying to get something out, but life's just got in the way of things. I'm more active on my Instagram if you want to see general activity from me, then yeah, my Instagram's the best place for that. Anyway, back to the main topic. So as of recording this, I've just started watching Suddering Rails' hybrid video on Thomas the Tank Engine. Not even 5 minutes in, and as a general talking point for like how he made the fucking thing, like he's been pointing out like facts and tidbits about the models, like the official models. He's pointed out like facts and quirks about the models, like as a general talking point, like leading up to how he's made his own. And he's been saying stuff, and I've been questioning things to myself, going back, pinpointing certain elements. Spoiler alert, it's Duck that's on screen right now when I'm looking at him. I've been like looking at the screen, pinpointing again, pausing, like playing back, pausing again. It's not that far, I'm not fucking game for it. But like, you know what I mean? It's like just sort of like picking apart details and being like, wait, no, if that wheel goes there, that's not right, then it can't thing here. And it got me thinking, like, why the fuck this fandom's a thing in the first place, even after all these years? Like, it's made me think on, like, a mortal standpoint, which, side note, just to give some surface level context with this, the main catalyst for this was the picture of, Duck's model, where his body shell is on its left side, and his chassis block is all open, with all the mechanisms and shit. And I've been, what I said earlier, like, basically, like, pinpointing certain elements and like pinpointing like how exactly these models were cut down and made. And like I've gone back to the image in question, looking at the chassis block on its own. I can like sort of connect the dots from behind the scenes documentaries or like behind the scenes videos in general from the show, or just like production clips, and sort of like look at it, or just like production clips. And the main one I'm thinking of is in Tank Engine Man, where it cuts to a segment on the TV series and then there's a clip of someone pulling like a rubber thing, and then I've connected that to looking at this image, and I've been like, yeah, that's the smoke unit, because there's the pipe and then there's the rubber thing from the documentary. And it's got me thinking, like, as like a whole general point as to like why the fuck this fandom like exists, you know, a whole fucking multitude of reasons. People can make videos like talking about this way better than I can. People have done videos talking about this way better than I can. But to me, I think the main takeaway, if not one of the main takeaways, like the biggest factors to like why the fuck there's a fandom for this show, is like just how fascinating it gets. Think about it. This fandom is 22 fucking years old. The TV show is 40 years old. The Railway series is 80 next year. And like you'd think, even after all this fucking time, like, still, leaks happen. Fucking information gets out that we never knew before. Fucking production images. Random facts about, like, behind the scenes, or just, like, info about, like, whichever fucking part of the show's history, like, comes out that we never fucking knew for the life of us. And it's, like, it's fucking fascinating. Like, and it never won't be. Because, like, you'd think for this long, like, and I think this goes for, like, any fandom in general. Like, you'd think every single little fucking detail and like nook and cranny about the thing we love would be like common knowledge to everyone now, and it isn't. Realistically, if say a hyperbole scenario is like TV show didn't exist and like we was all in a fandom for the Railway series and it started in 1976 or something, I don't know, a random fucking year, that would mean the fandom would be over 50 years old, and then probably maybe at a stretch point argument we'd fucking know absolutely every little single detail about the franchise or the series. But then we wouldn't, because on one hand it's been going on for like 30, like almost 40 years, the books, but then come 2003, an old relative of Eric Marriott comes out and says basically Dolby fucking hated Christopher Audrey, or something like completely off the blue. And the funny thing is, like thinking about it just now, it's just come to my head. Like, I've put out like a fucking like hypothetical situation with the Railway series if the fucking TV show didn't exist. But with the Railway series, we're still getting new bits of information. Shout out to the fucking Tai Lin. They hold like pretty much all of Audrey's information. I say that like they're gonna fucking dox him, but like, you know what I mean? They have like pretty much like everything he fucking hand wrote, put down to paper, typewritten. Pretty much every thought in that man's head, the Tai Lin had. This sounds fucking disturbing if you're just a random passerby to the channel alone, but like, again, it's fucking, like, never-endingly fascinating how, like, sticking to Railway series for a little bit longer, as I always fucking do, Audrey stopped writing for the series in 1972, and he did 2 other installments, quote-unquote installments, because they were like annuals, in the late 70s, and dabbled back into it in 1984 for a Christmas party. That's 40 years old as well, but still, something could come out tomorrow. Someone like close to Chris Audrey like comes out and says, yeah, Clive didn't want to illustrate this, but he was forced to. Or like, you know, something like completely out of the blue that like was like, wait, that makes sense actually, because fucking shit example, I know, but like, you know what I mean, just like something completely unexpected could come out of the blue at any point. Going back to the tail end, like, even though like I can never go to Wales because it's so far away, like, I'll fucking always be grateful for them holding events like Audrey Extravaganza, like celebrating this great thing that this man has done. And like for years we thought Edward's Day Out and Edward and Gordon were the only recordings Audrey did for the stories, but no, they put like a fucking Joker on the table and won the fucking cards with a recording of Bulgy, and it's like, whoa, hang on a minute. It's stuff like that that makes this fandom so fucking fascinating to be a part of. And with the whole missing coach fucking stills, like, granted, that's a whole different fucking story in itself, but like, the main bulk of it is when that whole situation, like, first took off, or like when everything was all like released, everyone fucking exploded on like both halves. So it did fucking exist. And then like, you know, thinking about Nick Starwin's video on it, like when he briefly mentioned Star Wars, when they found like old archives, not Star Wars, sorry, Doctor Who, and like, you know, how that brief little fucking clip from years ago got released, that very like minuscule, very brief, in the moment kind of experience, even if it was just for a little bit. I sound like I'm fucking talking down, I'm not, but like, you know what I mean, even for just one fleeting moment, people came together and appreciated like what the fuck they was invested to, whether it was a case of reigniting a passion they burnt out like long before, or if it was a case of excelling obsession with this particular piece of media. Like, either way, it's fucking fascinating. I could name many more examples, I fucking bet you, and I bet you guys could as well in the comments. But like, you know, and I think that fascination and that willingness to fucking like fill in the dots with quirks that are completely fucking insignificant and like not important in the grand scheme of things, but we as creators just fucking run with it. Like, one example, and I'm gritting my teeth thinking about it a little bit, admittedly, but 98462, 87546, those were like just once in a lifetime fucking one-trick ponies. A kid wrote to Audrey asking who these background engines were, and then they got an explanation. Audrey probably forgot about it after a week, but then we fucking put our fingers on that and was like, right, no, yeah, this can work here. It's stuff like that and a whole other fucking multitude of little things I could probably name off the back of my fucking hand, as can you guys, definitely, by way of comments or pausing the video and chatting to yourselves. But it's these kinds of things that can like spark anything from us, whether it's joy, creativity, sadness, like excitement, whichever. You know, like, it's amazing what a fandom can do, like, no matter how big or small it is, and that's something that will never not be fucking fascinating. Not just to me, but I think to anyone around the world. Got deep there, son, Jesus. But yeah, that's about all I've got to say on the matter. Sorry if it feels like I've been circulating on the same fucking thing. This is the part of the video where I'd say, oh, sorry if this was a bit of a rambly one, but let's face it, guys, it's expected with this fucking series. But yeah, let me know what you guys have to say on it, as always. You know, sound off in the comments. You can tell I haven't done this in a while, can you? Fuck's sake. But yeah, rest assured, I am trying to get some content out, you know. However long that'll take, I don't know. But until then, you've been watching Scrapyard Studios, and I will see you soon.